Well, hello, my pickles, my snowflakes, my no matter what club members, and of course, my very favorite Goldilocks. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore, Carnivish, and Keto lifestyles. And with the tweaks that I've done recently, I've come to see that, you know, I like variety. And I'm also coming to see that you can get enough steak. Isn't that funny after all that time where I never was sick of it, never was sick of it, never got sick of it, listened to people who never got sick of their steak, and then suddenly one day it's like, ooh, I can't have steak one more time. So I've added a little variety back in my life and a little keto-ish, a couple of percents of the 100% of a carnivore diet. No big deal, still meat heavy, or I should say animal product heavy. And I've started tracking again on my chronometer. I noticed, I know that I've put on weight. I'm not weighing, but I know that I've put on some weight. And so with my chronometer in hand, I noticed that going back down and seeing what I'm doing is really showing me. I've been hovering at pretty much under 1,100 calories. I leave that meal, I feel satiated, I feel fine. So I'm sticking with it, and if I can lean out, that will make me very, very happy. So let me show you what I'm having today. Isn't this like the old days? Yeah. Let's see. So, hmm. These are my numbers for the day. Okay, so it's 1,074 calories. This is a free version of Chronometer, so anybody can do it. And let me see. I almost forget where to find the other information. Isn't that something? I guess I'm here. I know that when I've got it on my computer right here, it says I'm having 3.6 carbs today and 1,074 calories. And actually, those are the only two numbers I'm worried about because I know that I love my fat and I love my protein. And so whatever I can squeeze into that 1,074, what I'm having is a 6.7-ounce piece of filet mignon, which is different than a porterhouse for me. Yeah. And 30 grams of Friendship 4% cottage cheese, 35 grams of avocado, 35 grams of macadamia nut oil, 2 hard-boiled Pete and Jerry organic eggs, 3 strips of bacon cut in half. Yeah, I think that's it. And so it's a very, very, very simple menu for me. I put it on my glass plate. I feel like I'm dining at a fine restaurant, and it just works for me. And so I'm really liking it. There's nothing non-carnivore on my food plan today, but I will tell you that while I had the avocado might not be carnivore. I did have the raspberries on a few days ago, and they were just delicious, melt in my mouth. It felt good. My body says have a little more variety than meat and eggs and cheese. So I'm just doing that. I don't know if it's a spring thing or a whim thing or a just because thing, but it seems to be working for me. And the comments that I get from a lot of the people is that they partake in berries as well, and that for them it's a treat, and yet it's keto approved. So I'm kind of liking that. I didn't thought, yeah, duh. I wanted to be an English teacher. I didn't think that I would need change, but then something happened with my body, and I like the lightening up, and I like the having the cottage cheese, the avocados, the berries, although no berries listed today. And so when I do have things like that, the carbs are total. I never do net, and they're under 5. So, even though they're saying that a low keto carb food plan would be 20 or fewer, I'm way down there. And, I just like it. I like looking forward to those beautiful berries. They were in the fridge. I took them out in a little white dish from Pier 1, and I brought them up to room temperature. There were 39 grams of them, maybe 6 or 7 of them. It was just divine. What a difference it made. The lettuce didn't agree with me. I wouldn't have more than 35 grams of avocado and expect it to agree with me. But there you go. So yeah, the one thing I can tell you about my food plan, and try to be transparent about all of it, is that it is fluid and it is changing or tweaking. That, I'm not standing still eating the same thing every single day. I realized that as much as I liked that idea, that I missed a certain few things. It's just the nature of the beast of the belly, right? So I've done that, and I'm very, very happy, and I'm very, very happy about people responding that they too have their blueberries or their raspberries or their blackberries or their strawberries, sometimes with the full fat yogurt. In this case for me, I like my full fat cottage cheese, and perhaps I'll do a yogurt one day, but until then I'm doing my full fat cottage cheese, and then the eggs as usual. Anyway, it's just nice to have it. I do notice, though, eating less meat, that I get hungry sooner, but it's not anything that I can't tamp away. And so before, with all the meat and the eggs and the cheese, I made it through the 23, 24 hours every day and never felt hungry. But my body tells me it is hungry usually sooner than the 23 or 24 hours, with a lowered and more varied protein. So there you go. It is what it is. I do feel the female body is a little bit different. And although I love to listen to what men eat in a day, it doesn't appeal to me, slabs o beef. I like things. I've been listening to Rob Stewart. If you haven't listened to him, he healed his eczema and helps other people to heal their dermatitis and things like that. He's really a very affable guy. I like him. Not at the same like him as I have with Mark Sisson, but definitely I like Rob Stewart. He's got 107,000 viewers, but he talks a good game. He talks sense. He does allow carbs. He's a honey taker, a local honey taker, like 5 tablespoons a day for his glucose to go with his weight lifting and all that kind of stuff. And those are dynamics that I'm really not into, but I love all that he has and what he does in a day and how he goes about doing it and how he got fixed, got healthy, got away from his eczema, and he's 5 years away from it now. So he's an interesting character, but I do like listening to him. He's very user friendly. But for the most part, I feel I've made my food plan a little bit more delicate, if that's the word. Just upped it a little bit, but taken away some of the heaviness of it. And it makes me feel so much better. Are any of you doing the same sort of thing? Or have you been all along and I just don't know what you're having to eat every day, so it's a little bit different? So yeah, there's a little bit of a carnivore, keto, carnivish going on in my life. I do feel better. I was strict carnivore for like 9 months, and I felt great. It felt great. It felt great. It felt great until I didn't. And so it's just how it goes. And I don't know if it's because I'm an older woman. I don't know if it's because I got injured and I'm sitting home every day while I heal. I don't know a lot of things, but I'm following my gut. And to allow keto items back in to, make up like 5%. Well, if I'm having 4 carbs, it's like, what is that? 3 or 4% of what I'm having for the day. And my calories are under 1100, so I can lose some of that stuff that I feel came on. I never lost weight on carnivore. And I know that others have. Good for them. I'm happy. But I know that some people, Kelly Hogan gained a lot of weight and then dropped it. Now Amber O'Hearn, on the other hand, has gained 20 pounds. And of course she doesn't like it. I wouldn't like it either. And I felt that I was just on the gaining end of the streak, and that every month that I was weighing myself as a carnivore, I gained. And I think being female and all of the stuff that surrounds that, and almost 70, a woman's psyche can only take so much gaining, and like, don't worry, it'll come off. You have to adapt. You have to be fat adapt. After a while, I went like, BS. That's kind of BS. So I wanted to do something different, not have cravings, and not be triggered. And so this, for some reason, is working. The fat is plenty. And, it goes from the fat in the, I'm having the leaner meats, but it goes the fat in the, like the cottage cheese or the sour cream or the avocado or the bacon, and all of those transfers or changes really make me feel great. And I'm glad that I've made the change up. I feel it's a more appropriate diet for a woman of where I was weight wise. And, I liked weighing like 122 every month. And when I feel the leanest that I've felt in months, I will attempt to weigh myself again and see how bad the damage is. But I really felt like I was heading towards 130, and I didn't like that. So I do it a day at a time. I don't have any of the keto items like the raspberries or the avocado more than one day in a row. I don't do 2 days in a row. So just to kind of get adapted to more than one thing at the same time, right? Because they say, and if you look at carnivore as the elimination diet, well, then I did it long enough. So as I begin to add back things, things that I like the avocado and the raspberries, well, that's what I'm doing. And I'm seeing how they land. And I'm doing it so there's enough time in between the next time to see how it works. So I'm kind of an experiment of one. Sometimes I do watch some YouTube videos with people that are kind of similar to me, but most of them are still half my age or less. So that's not really the same. So how about you guys? What are you doing? How do you look at it at the end of the day? Do you feel kind of seasonal with your keto items, or do you feel that you've been doing it all along and it just goes nice with the rest of the heavy meat, heavy carnivore items? I'm always happy to hear what you're up to. It helps me. It helps others to read it, because some people don't want to get kicked off of Carnivore Mountain. They want to be perfect. I'm not one of them. I want my gut to be happy, my head to be happy, the scale to go down. So when I do weigh myself, I'm happier, and just stuff like that. Yeah. So this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Carnivore, and Keto. And It's all in how we do it. I'm not looking for keto treats or um, zero zero calorie diet drinks or artificial sweeteners. Not that kind of stuff, but something like a brand new container of raspberries. Oh yeah, baby. Thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with whatever the mishmash is. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment below. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.